Hey everyone, happy Thursday to you. Hope you had a wonderful day. It was absolutely gorgeous here today. It was actually the first day here in Colorado. I pulled out my shorts, and I don't know if you saw one of my posts either on Instagram or my other public Facebook group, but I of course missed the spot with the sun cream, and so I was making a blend of peppermint and lavender and frankincense in a little spray bottle with some fractionated coconut oil. So nice for sunburns. Oh my goodness. Kind of crazy that day one of shorts and already I'm needing to use a sunburn spray, but hey, so it goes, right? So it goes. Hey Andrea, not complaining at all about the sun in Colorado because it has been gorgeous lately, and yeah, I don't miss the Minnesota winter at all. So anyway, if you're curious, so that sunburn spray that I use is on I've got my oils now wet on the second side of that. So it's lavender, frankincense, and peppermint. If you don't have that sheet yet, do go to the files section on this page. You can download it and print it off, or head to the community resources, that web page. It's my blog, neelythere.weebly.com, and there's a whole page that is just for you guys for community resources, and you can download and print that off as well. But I used about a 4-ounce spray bottle, and then I added 30 drops frankincense, 30 peppermint, 30 lavender, and then filled it up with fractionated coconut oil, and then you can just spray it wherever you need it, and hopefully it's never going to be like a super big area, but you know, I figure we will probably use that as we get into pool season and park season and camping and hiking and all that good stuff. So it doesn't hurt to have it at the ready, right? So today we're going to talk about oils that we can use for our weight goals. Now for some of us that is maintaining a certain weight, for others that might be losing weight, and for others that might be gaining weight. So it just kind of depends on where you are in your journey, and really the goal overarching being to feel really good and really comfortable in your body and feel good in your own skin, right? To be able to have the energy to do the things that you want to do, to be able to get up and go, to participate in life, and to show up how you want to show up in your life. So some of the oils I'm going to share with you today and some of the recipes I'm going to share with you today are going to touch on a little bit of all of that. And then, you know, I have to put out the reminders, because there are things that we all know that are good to do to take care of ourselves, right? That are just part of self-care, that are part of, gosh, just building that healthy foundation and having a really stable, oh, I'm going to get interrupted, I think. Just heard one of my little ones running for the door. Such is mom life, right? Anyway, but some things that we know that we should do. How exciting!
$20 bills, and guess what?
What?
I got a card.
Oh my goodness!
I got a Peppa Pig book.
So cool. Thanks for closing the door. One of our youngest is turning 4 on Monday, and we got some packages in the post today, which is always super exciting, so they had to share what was in there. Anyway, as I was saying, so we all need reminders of those things that help us move the needle forward a little bit more in the right direction, right? And so some really, really simple things that we can be doing and probably should be doing on a daily basis are staying hydrated, right? Drinking enough water. So often those cravings that we have, or that tiredness that we might have, that low energy at certain times of the day, has a lot to do with your water intake. I know Andrea and I chatted the other day, and she's really working on switching over to water, right, and making some of those changes. So if you are used to grabbing soda, or you're used to grabbing, you know, juices or beverages that maybe have a little bit more calories or have a little bit more sugar, try watering them down. Maybe try switching one of them out a day for an extra glass of water, right? Those little changes in your habits are going to lead to longer lifestyle changes and more set habits that are going to be better for you. So water intake is huge. And then of course, like any kind of dietary shifts. So the more variety, the more colors, right? The more green, especially, that you can have throughout your day, or even on one plate, you know, throughout your day, is going to make a shift too. And it's going to be small initially. You know, the reason that I do the 7-day cleanse is because it's really hard just jump into something for 30 days and make a huge shift for that amount of time. And I honestly feel like it sets us up for failure, and myself included. I think most of us, if we're honest with ourselves, are better at making a small shift for a short period of time. And once that one's in place, down to 1 soda a day. Yes, that's fantastic. I'm so excited to hear that. Yeah, so, making that small shift.
She can color it in.
Excellent. Making that small shift, right, is going to lead itself to the bigger shift over time. But jumping in the deep end of the pool, that's scary, and sometimes it's overwhelming, right? And then we just like swim to the edge and crawl out. And so I don't want you to swim to the edge and crawl out. I want you to enjoy the shallow end and then slowly make your way deeper. So, water, small dietary shifts, getting up and moving, right? Something that we like to do as a family, especially when the weather gets nicer, is just taking a walk together after dinner. And so we just got back, actually, it was probably might have been like 30 minutes. I mean, it doesn't have to be long. And we stop and we look at bugs along the way. I mean, this is not like a brisk, calorie burner kind of activity, but it gets us out and it gets us moving, and it gets us enjoying each other and our company, and it gets us enjoying nature, and it gets us moving, even if it's, small and not super intense. So any kind of movement during the day, doesn't have to be a ton. I know in Minnesota, they always had these billboards up that said, groove your body 10 minutes, 3 times a day, right? So crank up your favorite tunes and just like go to town and have your little dance party for 10 minutes. You knocked one out of the park and you had a great time doing it. Or get your kids involved in it, right? Because I know I get tired chasing them around. All right, so we got water, we've got small dietary shifts, moving our body, yeah? And then I also want you to think about community, because, as we talked about in the previous chat on habits, the people that we surround ourselves with really do make a difference in our eating habits, in our drinking habits, in our exercise habits, in our speaking habits, in our thought patterns. I mean, it's amazing how much that our community can influence our own choices without us even realizing it. So take stock of the people that really help to create a positive influence in your life and keep them close, right? Hang out with those people, spend time with those people, make a dinner date with them, invite them over. Surround yourself with those people that are going to lift you up, right? Because it's gonna bring the whole boat up, yeah? Okay, so let's get into a couple of the oils and blends that can be really useful for supporting weight. So first and foremost, I want to talk about Zendocrine. Zendocrine is a detoxification blend. This is a great one. We always use it in our cleanses. I tend to use this almost on a daily basis as well. And hey, Melissa, nice to see you. So I make a little roller. Of course, I don't have one with me because I'm in my husband's office. I make a roller with Zendocrine. It's about 10 drops of Zendocrine, 5 drops of Copaiba in a 5 milliliter roller. So I would double that in a larger roller. So Zendocrine is really great for helping your own body's elimination organs to really get a deep cleanse and to function better. So I always keep this around. If you didn't get one of these yet, this Essential Life book, the newest edition, is fabulous. And so I wanted to share with you some of the ingredients in Zendocrine, and then also some of the ways that it can be used. So it has cilantro, huge detoxifier, right? Cilantro is also fantastic for chelating heavy metals. That means helping your body to draw out any kind of heavy metals and eliminate them from your body. So we tend to use this one after my kids get immunizations as well. So cilantro, juniper berry, geranium, rosemary, tangerine. So heavy metal detoxification is one that is listed for Zendocrine. Kidney, gallbladder, liver cleansing, constipation, urinary tract infection, weight loss, colitis, jaundice, endocrine and hormone imbalances. It can help with adrenal fatigue and exhaustion. And so what we do with our Zendocrine, my husband and I tend to use it more often. The girls, we tend to only use it for immunization or around like after their immunizations. I will just roll it right over my kidneys in the back. And that's one of my dailies. In the morning, I'll roll it over my kidneys. You could roll it right over the liver. You could also, of course, always do bottoms of the feet as well. So Zendocrine is a great one just to support your body's own natural detoxification process and elimination processes. And as your body starts to draw out some of those things that may be causing, you know, symptoms like autoimmune or skin conditions or things like that, you're going to notice a big difference in the physical expression of your body. So detoxing is a really great place to start. Another one that I like to do with this, with cilantro specifically, I'm going to call it a fat flush, for lack of a better term. During the BOGO week, Angela Villa jumped on and shared how she makes veggie capsules with cilantro. And the reason being is because it really promotes lipolysis in our fat cells, in the body's fat cells. And what that means is it's helping those fat cells to release the excess fat and waters from the adipose tissue and flush it out of your body. So oftentimes, you know, it's kind of like bloating. So you might find that you're releasing a lot of water weight. Hey, Kelly, nice to see you on here. So cilantro is really fantastic for that. So not only the heavy metals that we might have from, dentistry work, fillings, immunizations, just things that we were exposed to in the environment, right? So not only that, but also helping your body to release excess fluids and release excess fat from the adipose tissue. So a really easy way to utilize that, right, is to make your own little veggie capsules. Cilantro is an oil. I love cilantro, the taste of it, the herb, but I can't like put a drop of cilantro in water. It's just too much for me. So a little easy way to do this is to take a veggie capsule. You can find them on your shop tab in doTERRA, and I think it's like $4, maybe like 200 or something like that. Anyway, you open it up and you'll put, you want to start with some kind of carrier oil. So you could use any of the vegetable-based oils in your kitchen. You know, olive oil would be a great one. The fractionated coconut oil would be a great one. If you don't have a fractionated coconut oil, but you have like solid coconut oil, just heat it up a little bit so that it's a little bit more liquid. So always put some kind of carrier oil in there first, say like, I don't know, 2 to 4 drops. Use a little dropper, or if you have any of those extra Tylenol syringes, those work really well too. Put a few drops in there first, and then add 1 to 2 drops of cilantro, and then cap it up, okay? And I would take, you know, one of those a day over the course of maybe 10 days, and just watch and pay attention. Pay attention to the scale, pay attention to how you feel, pay attention to how things fit, pay attention to how you look. And from everything that I've read and all the testimonies I've heard, it's a really great way to promote that flush from your body. Okay, let's talk a little bit about appetite and metabolism. Anyone else get like cravings throughout the day? Throw me some hearts, or throw me a like if you know that there's at some point in the day where you're just thinking like, oh my gosh, whether it's a soda, whether it's, right? Yeah, whether it's some kind of carbohydrate-y kind of thing. It could be anything savory. It could be something sweet. It kind of doesn't matter, right? You guys feel me. There's some point in the day where that gets triggered, and that might get triggered because of low energy, right? That might get triggered because of stress. That might be triggered because you're just tired, maybe didn't sleep well. All kinds of reasons that could get triggered. But women especially, right, we tend to reach for those kinds of things when it's emotion-based. It's kind of like a comfort, right? So a couple of things that, well, not a couple of things, actually two ways that you can address this. So appetite and metabolism, think of Slim and Sassy. So Slim and Sassy is a blend that is considered a metabolic blend. So it's got grapefruit, it has peppermint in it. I'm going to pull this up because I never remember every single oil. There we go. Ginger, cinnamon, and lemon. So all of these work together really well. Hey Lori, hope you had a great holiday. It looked fantastic. Those 4 oils work really well to help boost and stimulate your metabolism, so it's functioning at a rate that's a little bit better for you, right, to process the things that you're eating and matching like your activity level, right, with what you're taking in. So Slim and Sassy, you can use this 2 ways. I tend to put a drop or 2 into water, and I will just fill up my water bottle maybe 4 times throughout the day, and I might add a drop in the morning, and then maybe the 3rd time I fill it up I'll add another drop. Kind of just depends on your personal preference, but I always have that around between 2 and 3 because I know for me that is my trigger. Hello, sunshine. You okay? Not your fave? Cora got a new swimsuit for her birthday.
It is my favorite.
Yes?
But it just feels bad.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Wait, I know who's in there.
Okay.
Dorothy.
I'm almost done. Can I have a few more minutes and then you can come back?
Who's in there, Dorothy?
I don't know. Thank you, Beba.
You can wear a swimsuit in the bath.
I think that's a great idea. Anyone else's kids wear swimsuits in the bath? Or goggles? Anyway. So Slim and Sassy, yeah. So add it to your water, like I was saying, between 2 and 3 for me is when that slump hits, especially if I'm not been good about taking my Lifelong Vitality. If I am really good about taking half a dose in the morning and half a dose at like 1:30, I totally do not get that energy lull between 2 and 3. If for whatever reason we're out and about and I forgot to bring my supplements with me, then I notice it. I totally notice it. But having that water, having that Slim and Sassy in there, can really help to curb those cravings. You're not reaching for something else. You're also staying hydrated, like we talked about before. And if for whatever reason you don't like the flavor of it, or if you don't want to use oils internally, which you don't have to, you can also make a little roller. And if you do make a roller, I would suggest about 10 drops Slim and Sassy, actually probably about like 20 drops Slim and Sassy, and you can add up to 5 drops of copaiba to that as well, and just roll it over your abdomen. Okay, and I would do that before meals. I would do that, gosh, when cravings attack, take that out, smell it, roll it around, right? You're creating a new habit, you're creating a new pathway in your brain so that you're not following some of those same habits that you might have previously. Okay, and then the oils I always think about are kind of like the ones that help you get up and go. So the first one that comes to mind always is Motivate. And this is one of the emotional aromatherapy blends. It's one that I wish, and maybe I should develop this, I wish they had a diffuser alarm clock that you could like put the oils in that you wanted on in the morning. We should have like a little tray like divided, so you could fill up one side with your nighttime oils, and then it would like turn around, and then in the morning at whatever time you want to wake up, it would start like 15 minutes before the alarm goes off, like pumping Motivate into the air, and you'd wake up like, oh, I'm ready to go, right? So Motivate is a great one. Yeah, Andrea, we need to work on that and see if we can patent that somehow. But Motivate is a great one for that. So it's, again, citruses and peppermint, which really are uplifting, right, and energizing to you. So if you're finding that there are times of the day, whether it's the morning or whatever,
Daddy said yes.
excellent, go jump in the bath.
It's not ready yet.
Okay. Motivate's a great one to pull out. Motivate's also a great one to pull out if you've got kids and they come home and they don't want to do their homework, or you just really want to set a stage for them to, set the tone in the morning before they get going and go off to school. Set the tone when they come home or during homework time so that they can stay focused and feel really good and energized and like in a positive space to get things done. If you're at work and you're going into a meeting, it's a great one to bring into a meeting, or to just like take your little mama moment beforehand, right? Or is like starting a new project. Motivate is a great one. If you don't have Motivate, but you might already have at home peppermint or spearmint, rosemary, tangerine, wild orange, bergamot, any of those together would be a great option for that as well. And so you can always make a roller, right, and just use it more as like a personal perfume. A really great option for that, or you could pop any of those or any blend of those into a diffuser as well. And then last but not least, I have to mention, and I did a little bit before, but that Lifelong Vitality Pack. So when you think about weight goals, whether it's, I said, weight management or weight gain or weight loss, or just feeling good in your skin, building a healthy foundation is so key. And as much as we like to think that we are drinking enough water or moving enough or eating a rainbow, if we really look at the course of a day or a week, we might more than likely will find that that's not necessarily the case. And so that Lifelong Vitality Pack is something that is just key, I believe, to building that really healthy foundation for yourself. So it's got your multivitamin, your omegas for brain health, right? And then that alpha CRS, which is, think about natural energy and really helping your cells function in a very efficient way, for lack of a better term, without getting like super sciencey about it. The other thing I would really highly recommend is getting a probiotic. So PB Assist is one that you can use daily or every other day. And having healthy gut flora, right, it really is going to determine what you're digesting and what you're absorbing. So what you're feeding your body today is creating the body that you are going to have, 3 to 7 years from now. So our body, our cells regenerate, recreate themselves every 7 years. So think about, the investments in your health now that are going to create those long-term dividends. And it's so hard in a way because the cheeseburger's there now and it tastes really good. And I'm not saying don't ever have them, right? But more often, choose something that is that investment in the you that you want to be 6 months from now, or 12 months from now, or 3 years from now, right? Because it's so determined from those tiny actions that we take at the moment. So PB Assist is perfect for adults. Kids can start to take that depending on like the height and weight of your child, maybe like 12 to 14-ish. Otherwise, PB Assist is a great one for kids that are, under 12, I would say. And then Terrazyme. If you have any kind of foods that trigger things for you, if you're getting older, I'm going to be 39 this year, which seems kind of crazy to me because I remember my dad turning 40. And it felt like forever, and it felt just old. Anyway, but as we get older, our body naturally has digestive enzymes. But as we get older, they're not as effective. Our body doesn't regenerate them as quickly, right, or as readily. And so having a digestive enzyme with a meal doesn't have to be all the time or every day. It can be really supportive to breaking down the foods so your body is actually more readily able to absorb all that good stuff that we're putting into our bodies. So those are some of the top oils and products I would recommend for anyone that's on any spectrum of that weight journey, right? Again, with the overall goal that we want to feel good in our own skin, we want to feel comfortable in our body, and we want to show up in our lives in a way that is authentic and feels good and allows us to do and be the things that we want to do and be. So I'll just run through those really quick. Detoxification, Zendocrine, hands down. Appetite and metabolism, Slim and Sassy. Fat flesh, I hate how that sounds, but I don't know how else to put that. Cilantro in a veggie cap, for sure. And then some kind of get up and go oil, right? So whether it's motivation or it's peppermint, spearmint, rosemary blended with some kind of wild orange or lemon or citrus or lime. And then, outside of those oils, really taking a look at your foundation for health. So trying that Lifelong Vitality Pack. Remember, you can try that for 30 days and send back empty bottles and get a full refund. So it's a really risk-free investment in your health to work towards building that healthy foundation. The probiotic, PB Assist, and then the Terrazyme. If if that's something that you feel like is a struggle for you, or your body's changing and we're getting older and it's a good thing to have every now and then as well. So if you have any questions for me, please do comment below. Let me know. We are doing a weight make and take this Sunday, the 25th at 4 p.m. at Erin's home. I don't remember offhand. It's over by the library here in Town Center. If you are not in Colorado, but you are interested in these, let me know because we can make them. And you can pay via PayPal or Venmo, and then we can just ship them to you if you wanted to try them out. If you don't have some of these oils but want to try them, please do let me know. It's really easy for us to do that. And if you are interested in the Lifelong Vitality, each month I'm going to be giving away a little sample pack. So if that's something you want to try out, raise a hand, comment below, tell me so I can make sure that I have that on my list. And that's all I have for you guys today. So I hope that you have enjoyed the sunshine wherever it may find you today. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will talk soon. Oh my goodness, there's one more Thursday yet, isn't there? Yeah. All right, guys, have so much fun. I'm going to pick you up, bring you a little too close. Mwah. Bye.